Came all the way here from Houston, Texas. I'm starting my second career. I've been selling cars for 28 years. I'm tired of this shit. Because anybody that's got credit is up in here singing this country music. Y'all ain't trying to buy no cars. Y'all ain't here singing, right? So listen, I just happened to notice that ice must have hit you guys really bad when it came through. When ice, because there's not a glass with some ice in it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, craft beer must mean it don't have no ice. Because I ain't seen ice in nan glass here. So I used to sing, I love Elvis Presley. I was born in Buffalo, New York. So I happen to be living in Knoxville, Tennessee. Now I didn't realize that to people that live in Tennessee, Elvis was like God, right? And I happen to like Elvis. So I go out to Oak Ridge, Tennessee. One night I had me a few red yummies. I no longer drink because I'm allergic to alcohol. I break out of handcuffs and felonies, right? So when I get into the bar, the only thing in the bar that looked like me were the seats and the floor, right? So I said, listen, man, let me introduce myself. You know, because when you get a couple drinks in you kind of get ballsy. So I said, Elvis is back, but this time he black. And the guy jumped on the floor. He said the king could never be black. And I was like, oh, I had to get out of there quicker than the Israelites got out of Egypt. I'm trying to tell you, listen. So listen, I'm going to tell you something. I've been in this city for about 6-7 days, right? And I'm kind of upset with you guys because you guys need to get your little kids, your grandbabies, because I ain't know young folks in here, young folks. You got to get your grandkids out to see people of color. Not just on TV. I'm talking about the little 8-month-old baby. I had an 8-month-old baby today coming into the dealership, and this is a plug. We're here having to sell at Bristol Chevrolet, right? Zero down, nothing out of your pocket, no payments for 90 days. But anyway, the little baby, the lady came and she talked to me, and she was like, well, I'm here looking for a vehicle. And that little baby just had a time like, what in the fuck? You know how the little baby trying to hold their head up? He was trying to hold his head up and focus at the ceiling. What the fuck is that? Right? You know, and it was innocent because the baby probably had never seen anything like me up close, right? So, let me just tell you, who in here has ever had sex with a drug addict? Now right across the street from the dealership we got, there's more people running in there buying weed. And then, so there's a lot of drug addicts in the city. But I'm going to tell you something. If you ain't never had sex with a drug addict, you missing out. I'm telling you, you got the first grade with the marijuana, then you got your cocaine, then you got your, where you go, crystal meth. And does this attract me? Where the hell did that guy just run to? I don't know what the hell that drug was, but I don't want none. But anyway, I met this girl named Lisa, and she was on crack. And man, listen. You talking about the time of my life. I'm just saying, listen, I know it's a bad drug, but shit, I had fun, right? But it was strange because we were having sex, and she said, I want you to try something. I said, shit, we already doing everything I want to try, right? She said, listen, right before you come, I want you to take 2 Q-tips. I said, hold up now. I don't know who you think I am. I don't know what kind of guy you think I am. And then I got to thinking about it. You ever take a Q-tip and dig it in your ear? Boy, if you be in a conversation, somebody be talking to you, like, hold on. That don't feel good. So he said, right before you get to your point, I want you to take them 2 Q-tips and put them in your ear and start spinning them. Boy, I tell you, to blow your mind, I'm trying to tell you, boy, listen. So I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to get off your stage, right? So, I was at a casino. Down there. Where's your casino at? The other way, yeah. I was that way. I was cross-eyed that day. That day I did have a drink. But anyway, I go to the casino. Now, when you go to the casino, I'm playing poker. Right? And in the poker room, when you get up to excuse yourself, you leave your chips there. You tell them, I'm going to go to the bathroom, right? So I get up and I go to the bathroom, and there's a guy standing in the bathroom. And I'm like, well, that's kind of odd. Because he wasn't in front of a urinal and he wasn't on a stool. He was just standing over in the corner. So I pull out my Alabama black snake and I'm doing what I do, you know what I mean? I'm sitting there and they got this mirror right there. And the guy was looking at me and listen, it wasn't gay because gay people make eye contact. They look at you like, so I'm looking at him and I'm like, this is awkward. And I did my 3 shakes, tuck, and I go to shake my hand And before I leave out the bathroom, the guy said, sir, could you help me? I'm like, oh shit. Help you what? He said, could you help me? So I'm like, help you what? The man didn't have no hands. So, you know, I ain't got no problem with my manhood. You know what I mean? I'm okay. So hell, I went and did what the next man would do. I went and washed my hands, pulled the towel down, and I undid the zipper. And I get to walk out the bathroom, and he said, sir, please, could you help me, please? And I said, oh shit, I looked around, you know, and when you gambling, you try not to do anything bad. You don't want to cuss, especially when you're winning. You don't want to break your win streak, right? So hell, I said, okay, man. So I went in there, I pulled the towel down, I reached in and I pulled it out. And it had sores and pus and stuff. I said, man, what's wrong with it? He said, I don't know, that's why I ain't touching it.